Hi everyone, I would like to talk about dynamic programming algorithms and how to make it faster. The big idea behind the dynamic programming algorithms when it was introduced in the first place is to use memory in order to prevent recomputing the same thing over and over again. So this idea can be applied to the problems where the main problem can be decomposed into a bunch of smaller subproblems which are similar to each other, right? So dynamic programming algorithms are everywhere. So when you are looking for your old friends in social media, you are somehow running dynamic programming algorithms. But the most motivating applications and the time-intensive application for us is medical applications, such as medical imaging and bioinformatics. Just imagine about how important the time is for the cancer patient who is waiting to get the results of the CAT scan and medical images, right, to start the treatment as soon as possible, right? But what is the bottleneck for the computing dynamic programming algorithms? Actually, due to tremendous improvement made recently for the CPU, nowadays CPUs are much faster than the memory, and the memory is actually a bottleneck. So in order to tackle this issue, we are having two important concepts that I'm going to describe it through the second analogy. So the two concepts are temporal locality and spatial locality, and for the second analogy, you can consider yourself and your brain as the CPU, and then your local library or the university library as the memory, which is slow getting there and renting the book, right? So the first concept is called temporal locality, which simply says that when you are renting a book, you try to read it as much as possible before giving it back, right? Similarly, in the CPU, when the CPU is fetching the data, it should use it as much as possible before getting rid of it. And the second important concept is called spatial locality, which simply says that when you are going to the library with a backpack capable of carrying 5 books, you usually try to rent 5 relative books, right, to read it and to process it. Similarly, when CPU is trying to ask the data from the memory, rather than asking for one piece of the data, it should ask for a block of the useful data that is going to use it, right? So this is called spatial locality. So by considering these two concepts together, we need to redesign the algorithm so that dynamic programming algorithms become faster and faster. And as I said, the takeaways are dynamic programmings are everywhere. So some of the applications are time intensive. And by considering these two topics, we can actually improve the performance of them. And with the hope that in future we can save the lives. Thank you.